Welcome back, sports fans, to a unique episode of Ugly Thirds. John, myself, Phil, and
I'm glad you identified yourself, Phil.
And yeah, I'm in front of the camera again. This is becoming more and more of a common thing.
You keep buying things, and we got to show the things to the people.
Well, I bought this a long time ago, and I was actually very curious when it was going to come because there was no notification of expected date. So I'll tell you once you see what it is, you'll find out. You maybe get a hint of what based on what we're wearing. But here we go.
Keep in mind, I can't see any of this.
Well, I mean, and this happens to be
no bag or nothing.
No bag or nothing. At least it was folded correctly. The anniversary, 30th anniversary jersey for the Ducks, and so the story behind this.
Well, is that my cue?
Well, no, that's not padding. That's really.
So right. This started as a shoulder patch. They've adjusted. They've added this. We have a video detailing that, so you can go ahead and look. But all right, so the stitching on this is really good. I mean, there's a lot of layers happening there, a lot more than I expected. But this, it's cushioned.
It's like 3D. It's
actually cushioned. Like I figured, okay, it'd be thick and embroidered like a lot of these Adidas ones have been doing ever since the Eco whatever. That's actually a squishy padded cushion.
So before we continue, the story was these came out. We did our episode, and then they're like, "Well, we're not going to buy one." I'm like, "No, of course I'm going to buy one." So I bought one because there was a pre-order. I didn't get a player on it because by the time you didn't say when it was going to be delivered. So it's like by the time I would get a player on it, that player could be gone at that point. We also expected the Ducks not to be doing so well as they're doing right now. So I ordered it, I think it was 2 months ago. No notification. It said sometime February. And I was like, oh, okay, sometime February. I already took my money, whatever. And then I got a notification like 3 days ago, like, oh, your order had shipped. And I was like, oh, okay. So it was going to come with a bunch of other stuff that was coming. And that's the story.
That's a good story.
It's a good story.
It's good. So you got the ad patch for, I don't know, whatever ruthless corporation.
I think it's a waste company, isn't it?
It looks like it belongs in RoboCop. That's my take on it. You want to show off the sleeves? Because the sleeve detail is part of the
detailed.
Special.
They've been doing this more recently, but you can actually tell. Yeah. It does say Anaheim Ducks, established in 1993. So they did the Sharks were kind of the first ones that kind of do this with the arms. Vegas had it with the little designs in their arms.
So wait, was that Mighty Ducks of Anaheim? Because this says Anaheim Ducks.
This says Mighty Ducks of Anaheim,
and then this says Anaheim Ducks 2006. Which, I mean, I suppose.
That's when it switched.
Yeah, right? I mean, I suppose. Is it really established at that point when you change the name?
And then you get the Mighty in the collar.
Gotta have that.
And, I mean, it is a different jersey.
You sound thrilled.
It is a different jersey. I mean, I didn't want the patch. I didn't want this ad patch, which, it's better than actually having embroidered on. Is it actually?
It looks glued.
It is glued on.
It's glued. Not that you'll ever get that glue off. Well, I mean,
right.
You can rip it off, and it'll leave
a mark, especially because of the color. You see it.
Oh yeah.
But you didn't have an option. You had to buy it with, unless say in the comments if you'd be able to find it. But pre-ordering, you had to get it with this on it. And I believe they're not wearing their anniversary patch. It's not on the jersey. John, do you know where they're wearing it?
It's on the pants, isn't it?
It's on the pants.
Ridiculous.
It's on the pant leg. The other jerseys, I don't even know if they're doing it.
Shoulders are open to do something like that.
You could put it right here. I mean, yes, you get the captain, but we've been talking about it on the side. I think shoulder patches are going to come more often now, just because the ads are going to be here. Because even though this is actually more seen here, kind of.
Well, and that's the AHL for a long time would have the parent team and then an ad. Right, and then I guess eventually they started adding these, but look, I'm in the major thing of do I want the ad and have it look like what they wore on the ice, but I'm supporting corporate overlords who are polluting a civic thing. That's how I look at it. This is an Anaheim jersey. This is the city of Anaheim. Or do I do the right thing and have it plain without? but sacrifice the authenticity. Either way, I can't get over the squishy. This is so 3D.
Yeah, you don't really get that.
Padded.
You don't really get that.
I have never seen that anywhere.
Yeah, so.
I wonder how that'll wash. That gotta be waterlogged? Extra time to hang dry this one. It's like a stuffed toy. It's a plush. You have a plush jersey.
We'll have to find out we'll find out when I wash it, but.
Come on, the tag?
Yeah,
Yes, there's a tag. It's all just hidden in there. I mean, look, it looks fine. It looks good for for a Mighty Ducks jersey. I guess if they modernize it, other than the crest, the jersey looks good. Can't get over the 3. It's in 3. It's coming right at you. But I mean, it looks good. I probably would have added the green cuffs. I think that's the only thing I would have actually changed, and then they'd have a modern version of the originals. But it looks good. You think it was worth the price?
Yeah. I wasn't gonna wait for because Adidas is switching over to Fanatics at the end of the year, so you're probably gonna see a bunch of sales at the end of the year. Wasn't really ready to wait for it, but
I'm curious if these will fall to that with how popular the Mighty Ducks are.
Well, it's so weird because we've seen like with the Winter Classic jerseys, like last year we rushed to get those Winter Classic jerseys, and then like they went on sale dirt cheap like 2 months ago.
Oh my god! Now there's been
so many of them. But then you have what's one that just went and just disappeared?
I mean, Heritage Classic came.
The Heritage Classic came and went. Bam!
As soon as I saw how good yours were, I couldn't get it.
Edmonton went really quick. There's still Calgary ones. I mean,
Ish.
based on, it was the fan reactions, but you never know when a jersey's gonna sell out.
I try and predict these things, and I failed. A lot of Black Friday sales too, so I'm starting to regret some of these. Well, your Minnesota third is now on sale.
The Minnesota third's on sale. Even when we bought our Winter Classic jerseys, the Winter Classic jerseys were released Wednesday. And then by Friday, you could have put coupons on, and you could have got a good $20, $30 off.
Which I may have done.
Yeah, you're welcome. But then the players, like the one thing I've been upset about with Adidas, and I understand why, is they don't have enough player jerseys. Like they pick 1 or 2 players that they know aren't going to be traded, and they stick with them. And then unless you go to the team store, which then they're just doing heat press customizations at that point.
End up charging you something fierce.
Right, and it's kind of disappointing. And if you buy from the Adidas website, they usually don't have player jerseys. It's just usually the player.
Yeah.
So that's been one.
I thought that was going to be Fanatics' deal, right? You only got so many limited players. They're only going to be the big ones, and you're getting the worst product for cheap. It's for the casual fan, where Adidas are going to have much more range. And I guess you can still get any player. There's those jerseys, but how much more are those?
Well, and they take time to make. Like it takes a good 4 or 5 weeks. And if you were buying a Winter Classic jersey, let's say you bought it on Wednesday, and you're waiting 4 to 5 weeks to get it customized, you're not going to have it for the Winter Classic.
Yeah, that's annoying.
And then you kind of.
Oh
well. But I have seen Calgary wear their Heritage Classic, I believe, since. I think I've seen it.
Okay, so final judgment. Would you buy again? Would you recommend these nice people buy?
I would wait. I don't live in Anaheim, so I don't know how well these have been perceived. I mean, everything on social media says, like, oh, it's loved. We don't. We live on the other side of the country.
Is that why it's cold?
It is very cold. It's actually colder now than it was this morning, which is weird. But I would have to actually, like, people were supposedly raving about these. So maybe it'll be a hard find. Well, time will tell, and we'll see how it happens. But, I mean, my philosophy right now. Like, at this point, we just got a couple more special events to come up, and I'll have the whole circuit for this year. So,
yeah, this goes cheap. I'll get one just for the squishy. Other than that, meh. Then again, I'm not a Mighty Ducks fan. Never have been. So, anyways.
Well.
So, addendum. Phil just washed his jersey and noticed something special. Something hidden. That by buying from the team, he got this. Under the fight strap. That's a new one. At least as far as I'm concerned. Like, would you even notice that on the back? Look, that's a nice little thing. I think it's a weird place, and it's thick, and I think but like, what a nice touch that is. That's really cool. So when you buy one of these later on, you get them off of eBay. That's going to be the big question. Do you have that patch?
What a cool thing.
Phil, I'm John. Take us out.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. There's going to be plenty of more videos coming up with new jerseys that we have purchased. Hit the bell for notifications when those those videos come out. And films. And hopefully Trends will be joining us back soon. He'll be back on from assignment. And tune in for another episode of Ugly Thirds.
It's so squishy!